Hello everyone, and welcome back to UK Pro Writers. Today, we have a fascinating research topic to dive into. Investigating the strategies employed by both India and Canada to address security concerns related to their dispute and analyzing their alignment with global counterterrorism efforts. This research is not only essential but also timely, given the increasing focus on international security and counterterrorism measures. Importance of the research topic. So, why is this research topic important? Well, it's crucial because it sheds light on how two diverse nations, India and Canada, tackle security issues arising from disputes and how these strategies relate to global counterterrorism efforts. In our interconnected world, understanding the approaches nations take to ensure security and counterterrorism can have far-reaching implications. Real-world examples. Let's put this in perspective with some real-world examples. For instance, the India-Pakistan conflict over Kashmir has been a long-standing security concern. On the other hand, Canada has faced security challenges concerning its Arctic territories. Analyzing how these nations address these disputes in the context of counterterrorism can provide valuable insights. Chapter 1, Introduction. Chapter 1 typically includes an introduction to the research problem and its significance, setting the context for the study. It also outlines research questions, objectives, and the rationale for conducting the research. Now, let's discuss Chapter 1, Introduction. This chapter sets the stage for your research. Here's how you can draft it. Research problem. Start with defining the research problem. For instance, the research problem revolves around the security strategies employed by India and Canada in addressing territorial disputes. Research significance. Next, explain the research's significance. Example, understanding these strategies is vital as they impact regional stability and global counterterrorism efforts. Research questions. Pose 3 research questions, like, 1. What are the key security strategies adopted by India and Canada? 2. How do these strategies align with global counterterrorism efforts? 3. What lessons can other nations learn from their approaches? Research objectives. Define 3 research objectives, such as to analyze India and Canada's security strategies, to assess their impact on counterterrorism efforts, to recommend improvements in security approaches. Research rationale. Lastly, provide a research rationale. Example, this study is essential as it contributes to the understanding of international security dynamics, which is crucial in an era of global interconnectedness. Chapter 2, Literature Review. Chapter 2, the Literature Review, consists of a critical analysis of existing scholarly literature and research related to the topic of study. It provides an overview of relevant theories, models, and key concepts while identifying gaps or areas where the current research contributes to the existing knowledge. Chapter 2 is the Literature Review. In this section, discuss various subtopics and theories. Subtopics. Suitable subtopics might include territorial disputes and security and counterterrorism strategies. Theories and models. Consider theories like realism, with examples of its application, and complex interdependence, show how it relates to security. Literature gap. Identify gaps in existing research. For instance, while many studies focus on individual nations' security strategies, few analyze them in the context of global counterterrorism efforts. Chapter 3, Methodology. Chapter 3, the Methodology chapter, outlines the research design, including the chosen research philosophy, approach, inductive or deductive, and strategy. It also explains the data analysis method, ethical considerations, and the limitations and delimitations of the research. Chapter 3 is about methodology. Here's what you should include. Conceptual framework. Suggest a conceptual framework with variables. Example, independent variables could be military capability and diplomatic engagement, with counterterrorism efficacy as the dependent variable. Research philosophy. Recommend a research philosophy. For example, pragmatism, as it allows flexibility. Research approach. Suggest an approach based on your research nature, such as inductive for qualitative data. Research strategy. Consider case study as a suitable research strategy, given the specific focus on India and Canada. Data analysis method. Depending on your data, choose between quantitative or qualitative analysis methods. Ethical considerations. Explain ethical considerations with a real-world example, like ensuring privacy and confidentiality of interviewees. Limitations and delimitations. Highlight limitations and delimitations, such as geographical constraints or data availability. Chapter 4, Data Analysis. Chapter 4, the Data Analysis chapter, involves the presentation and analysis of the collected data based on the chosen methodology. It includes the interpretation of quantitative or qualitative findings and may involve statistical analysis, coding, and thematic exploration, depending on the nature of the data. Chapter 4 is all about data analysis. Here's what to do. Quantitative analysis. If using quantitative data, explain how to analyze it, including sample size considerations. Example, we surveyed 500 individuals from both countries. Qualitative analysis. For qualitative data, discuss how to analyze it and provide an example. Example, thematic analysis was used to categorize interview responses. Chapter 5, Conclusion. Chapter 5 is the conclusion. Summarize your findings and their implications. Emphasize the relevance of your research. Chapter 6, Recommendations. Chapter 6, Recommendations, is vital. Offer practical suggestions based on your research. For example, both India and Canada could benefit from increased diplomatic engagement to enhance counterterrorism efforts. Suggestions for future research. Lastly, suggest areas for future research, like exploring the role of international organizations in dispute resolution and counterterrorism. And that's a wrap on investigating India and Canada's security strategies. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting research-related content. Thank you for joining us today.